On this episode of How to Do Florida, Chad's digging his heels in deep.
You need big tackle and big bait.
We're going land-based shark fishing. Then Chef Justin's making hand-roasted ghost pompano with fresh Florida veggies.
Beautiful.
And Chad is spending a lazy day with Christy and the boys, tubing down the gorgeous Itchituckney River.
The rest of it's just raw, unbridled fun. Right, guys?
Yeah!
So kick back as we show you how to do Florida.
Today on the show, we're going to show you how to do land-based shark fishing.
Oh, gosh!
Every winter, the black-tip shark migrates from the North Atlantic to our warm South Florida waters and in epic numbers. So when schools of black-tips are just off the beach, it's time to break out the rod and Mac Daddy reel. This is the blue-collar man's answer to extreme angling. It's time to strap on the harness, dig your heels in the sand, and get ready for the fight of your life.
Silently running off of Florida's east coast is an enormous current of water called the Gulf Stream. The fish of the Atlantic, it's like Interstate 95. Season to season, these fish use this Gulf Stream like a giant highway, moving up and down Florida's east coast.
To help us catch a shark, we tag shark phenom Josh Jorgensen.
You're a god.
Well, he may not be a god, but at the ripe age of 21, Josh is a master angler and the founder and director of the annual Black Tip Challenge, a catch, tag, and release shark fishing tournament. Here, recreational anglers are helping researchers learn more about these magnificent species.
Let's shark fish.
Step 1, it's all about location.
If you want to catch a shark,
I want to catch a shark.
the best time is to come in South Florida between the dates of mid-January to mid-April.
Okay.
That's the black tip migration. You're guaranteed to catch a shark. Sometimes to get to the best places, we need to go through the toughest structure.
Well, you know, I'm used to being in the boat. I'm not used to carrying the boat. How much more, Josh?
Good, another 30 yards.
30 yards? Are you joking?
No.
Come here for a second. Just hold that. Just grab that right there. Just see how that feels. Feel that? Feels good. Now just keep walking, keep walking. You grab that right there. Okay, just follow him right there, okay? Seriously.
I'd say right here is looking like a good spot.
All right. When are we gonna shark fish, Josh?
Step 2, tackle.
We got a swivel up here,
Okay.
6 feet of 500-pound mono.
Okay.
Right here, we got another swivel. I had more heavy swivel than the first one. We got a snap with a 6-ounce pyramid sinker. We got about 15 inches of wire, and we got a circle hook.
Man, that is one mean hook.
Next, you'll need heavy PVC beach spikes.
Woo! This sharking, it's a lot of work.
Make sure you hammer deep into the sand for a good strong hold.
How are we looking?
Looks good.
Josh, let's talk a little bit about reels and outfits you need to come out here and shark fish.
You want a pretty heavy-duty reel. If you can get 400 yards of line on your reel, braided line is the best for surf casting, and you're gonna want to use a minimum of 65 pounds.
What are we looking for as far as a good shark fishing rod?
You want something between 11 and 13 feet, and something that's gonna cast more than 4, 8, or 10 ounces, because your standard sinker, you're gonna use it between a 5 and 6 ounce pyramid sinker.
You'll also need a fishing harness when you hook into that big rod. Josh normally fishes with 3 rods. 2 rods fish for sharks, while the other rod fishes for shark bait. Step 3, shark bait 101.
You're gonna look for bloody and oily fish.
Okay.
Jacks, bonita, ladyfish, blue runners, stingray. The best part is it's very abundant. It's easy to catch.
So this Jack Crevelle's a good casting bait.
This is a good
'cause earlier
casting bait, yeah.
You cut the head off and you put it on the hook and you can throw it from shore.
Yeah.
But how would you get something like this out?
You're gonna kayak it out.
Seriously.
I'm serious.
This boat is our boat, so we have to be okay with that. It is just a kind of a banana peel that floats.
With the lines wet, we wait. But as nightfall came and still no shark, Josh said it was time to set the big baits. That meant boarding the floating banana peel and paddling the bait 300 yards off the coast. So as I got into the kayak and started paddling out, I have to admit, I was a little nervous to say the least.
I hope he's okay.
So I quickly dropped the bait and made my way back to the shore.
Whew, definitely one of the craziest things I've ever done.
Were you intimidated before you went out there?
A little bit, yeah. I was a little scared because you're paddling into oblivion, to darkness, you know? This is shark fishing.
This is shark fishing.
I love it, man. I love it. You want to order a pizza?
Josh uses small glow sticks placed at the tip of the rod so you can easily see when a fish is on at night. After 10 hours of staring at the rod and reel, our bait still had no takers.
We didn't get one tonight, but we'll be back, right, Josh?
We'll be back.
So no sharks yesterday. We fished till 2 a.m. and nothing. But today's a new day. Josh, how you doing, buddy?
Chad, how's it going, buddy? How you doing?
What is the what's the system? What's the strategy today?
We're gonna use different baits, different fish for bait, and we're gonna change our baits up more quickly.
Let's check out the bait Josh got for us today. So we've got some bonita, big old rainbow runner. Look at that thing. Half a king mackerel.
With the bait set once again, we wait. 4 hours later, all we managed to do was feed the crabs. As the sun began to set on our second day, we headed out to a new spot.
Josh says this is the one that's gonna do it. I'm gonna float this whole sucker out there and see what bites it. This is essentially the weight. It's a big breakaway anchor. So when the fish hits it, it breaks this 60-pound bottom, leaves the rock, and the fish takes off.
Luckily this time, Josh volunteered to paddle out and drop the bait because, well, basically I told him I was done.
What if you're out there trying to set this bait and a shark eats you and the bait? I'm gonna feel really bad about setting the hook on that.
Then, without a word, he headed out past the breakers into the darkness.
Josh, I need to know your emergency contact. This is not for the faint at heart, I can tell you that.
Once again, we wait. And after over 20 hours and 3 different locations, we finally get our first real strike.
Here we go. Chad, get over here. Chad! Coming in right now. Here it is.
And just as quick as it came,
No!
it was
Holy
gone.
mackerel.
You gotta be kidding me. How did he get away from that hook?
That whole king mackerel. Yeah, look at that tooth mark right there. We know something's out there now, right?
Yep.
Strike one.
Then just 10 minutes after Josh drops another bait, we get another taker.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Reel, 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 reel. Keep that line tight, keep that line tight. Keep
But again, the line went slack.
that line tight. Still there?
I don't know. I don't feel anything. Strike two.
And just when we were thinking about calling it a night, fish on. Step 4, catch and release.
They gotta get on the harness. It's huge.
I'm on the harness. I'm on the harness.
The power of the shark was unbelievable.
You still there?
Oh, yeah.
I dug my heels in the sand as Josh clipped the harness into place.
They know it's big, but we gotta give him as fast as possible to make sure that he survives.
Oh, there he is.
It was amazing to see such a big fish in all its glory. Its skin and eye color were spectacular. And although the blacktip is considered an apex predator, there's never been a fatal attack contributed to this species.
Grab his snout. Yeah. Oh! Watch out, watch out.
That being said, I wasn't taking any chances. Josh quickly removed the hook, tagged, and measured him.
Look at that. Tag is in. It's 60 inches.
Then all of a sudden,
Got another shark on?
All right, hey.
Oh, gosh.
just minutes after landing our first shark, we had another one on the line.
You got him? Yeah. Here, I'm gonna get you the belt.
As I started reeling in the second shark, Josh quickly released our first shark back into the water.
Oh, my gosh. Been fishing for the last 2 days, to be saying. We catch 2 in the last hour.
Just like that, we caught another big, beautiful blacktip in the surf.
Let's go down there and check it out. Absolutely amazing. Pulling something this big from the ocean on the shore is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Come on, baby. Let's put you back where you came from.
After measuring and tagging this big boy, we sent him back on his way.
That is what it's all about, folks. Woohoo! Land-based shark fishing. You gotta try it. Ha! Hey, to learn more about land-based shark fishing, go to our website, howtodoflorida.com.
Still to come, tubing down the crystal clear Richatuckney River.
Let's go!
But first, Chef Justin's got a recipe for succulent hand-roasted Gulf pompano with tasty Florida veggies.
And it is delicious.
Woo! Hey, you're watching How to Do Florida. We'll be right back. Hey, from this to that in under 10, and Chef's gonna show us how.
That's right, pan roasted Gulf pompano coming up.
Chef, by far, one of my favorite fishes to eat. There's nothing that eats like a Gulf pompano. Really interested to see what you're gonna do here.
The first thing we want to do is to get our fish ready to go into the pan. Obviously, it's already been gutted.
Okay.
We're working with a whole fish here, and the reason we like to work with a whole fish is because when we cook it, It's gonna help to stay nice and tender because all the bones are in there. Now what I really wanna do is I just wanna score it a little bit. So I'm gonna go down with my knife and in a little bit, just into the main fleshy parts.
And what is that doing, Chef?
This is gonna help ensure that it cooks evenly, and also, you know how we like to pre-season, we gotta get some seasoning down into the meat here. And I can work a little bit of sea salt in there, just like that, and a little bit of pepper, flip it around, back in here, just like that. You got the pepper, good. Got our pan on medium high. I got a nice big pan here, non-stick. We're just gonna slide this bad boy in. Now this is gonna cook for probably 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We're gonna flip it over. We're gonna throw it in a 375-degree oven for a few minutes.
And you always flip towards your camera, man.
Yeah, flip away. I'll be over here. You see?
Yeah.
You see? There you go. Salt and pepper is nice in there. This is looking good. We're using an oven-safe pan here, so there's no plastic on the pan, none of that. The whole pan can go right into the oven. All right, now while that's in the oven, it's time to get started on our sides. So what we're gonna make is just a quick Florida vegetable saute with some fresh herbs, some eggplant, some peppers, some zucchini over medium-high heat. And we're gonna start with our aromatics first, going in with our onions. Let's get some garlic in there. I got beautiful Florida bell peppers here, a little mixture of yellow, orange, and green.
Go.
Some zucchini going in. Okay, so now these are in the pan. Now we can start adding a few other ingredients. We got our Florida tomatoes. Let's get that in. We don't want to cook them too much. We just want to kind of get them tender, and they're going to help to be part of our sauce. All right, so let's go ahead and add some of our herbs. We got some beautiful basil here. I got this beautiful Florida eggplant.
Here's where the magic happens right here.
Magic time.
Wow.
You can throw that in the pan there for me. Now to finish this off, I'm just gonna add a little more flat leaf parsley. This is gonna be some good color. And then I'm just gonna hit it with a little lemon juice. It's gonna give it a nice little zing. Grab the pompano.
Oven boy's on it.
That's right.
Looking good, Chef.
All right.
Coming in hot.
Beauty. Let's take some of our Florida veggies and put it down on the plate.
It's almost like a Florida ratatouille there.
Exactly,
right?
yeah. You certainly could call it that, if you will. Okay, we're gonna take our whole fresh fish. And we're gonna nestle it on right on top of there. I've got a little herb oil here.
Okay.
This is just some basil and some parsley, a little bit of roasted garlic, and some olive oil. And we're just gonna put this right on top right here. Beautiful. For this recipe, which is killer, and many, many more, go to howtodoflorida.com.
Coming up next, tubing down the Itchituckney.
You guys ready to go tubelicious? I think they're ready.
When How to Do Florida returns.
Hey, we're gonna show you how to do.
River tubing!
Yeah. With all the water activities here in Florida, there's something to be said about getting back to a simpler time. A time when all it took was a lazy current to carry you away and leave your troubles behind. Today, it's off to Itchituckney Springs State Park to tube the mighty Itchituckney River. This multi-spring system is a national natural landmark, and for centuries has attracted people and wildlife with its awe-inspiring beauty. The idea of tubing started not long after the automobile wheel was invented. People quickly thought of a new use for old car wheel inner tubes, and bam, tubing was born. So my wife Christy and my son Chase and Cooper set out for some low-tech fun and a chance to get away from it all, minus the film crew, of course. Step 1, choose your vessel. Today's tubes are designed for fun and come in all shapes and sizes.
What do you think about that? Oh, yeah. This is what you call dry tubing right here.
It's a good idea to get an extra tube with a bottom in it to act as your catch-all tube.
I think we should do this one because we can put all of our stuff in it.
I want this one.
How about this one right here, Chase?
Oh, yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sold.
Step 2, plan your route. Tubing outfits will provide information on entry, and exit points on the river.
You guys gonna have a great time down this river. It's beautiful, crystal clear, 72 degrees year-round. You might see manatees. Sometimes they come up there, but otters, ducks, fish. They actually found a 6.5-foot tusk of a mammoth in there, and it's in the Gainesville Museum.
All right, you guys ready to go tubing?
Yeah.
You ready, dude?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Have
do it.
fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I got it.
I don't know how we're gonna get these in here. Itchituckney Springs State Park. Here we come. You guys ready to go tubelicious?
Yeah!
I think they're ready.
It was finally time to get in. Step 3, enjoy the show.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Set your watches.
We can go down there. Let's go! Hit it!
Once you're here, there's no need to rush. Just do your thing and let the river's gentle current guide you along. It can take several hours to go down the river. Of course, that depends on what you may want to stop and see along the way.
Hey, when you come here, you gotta come check out the boil. It's beautiful down there. Isn't that pretty cool? A little chilly, but cool.
What is it about the river that makes it so special from a tubing standpoint?
There is no other river in Florida like this one.
Yeah.
All spring fed, clear for its entire length. In the park, it's about 3.5 miles long.
Yeah.
Because there's so many springs that empty water into that one course. The velocity of the water is up to about 1 mile an hour. For tubing, it's perfect.
Now, is this river therapeutic? Will it cure depression, anxiety?
If I don't get on the river every once in a while and just relax and enjoy it, then I'm crazy.
So it cures the crazies.
It does. It's one of the few places I've seen in Florida where you can go on the river and not hear a lot of highway noise.
That great sound of nothing.
It's just,
Yeah.
this is great.
A couple things that are just a good idea that I think we've learned is to bring some rope to kind of gang all your tubes together so everybody kind of floats down the river together. It's easy to get disconnected. And then we kind of have this tube right here, which is kind of our catch-all tube. We've got an underwater bag here. You know, this is a waterproof bag. You know, if it goes in the water, it's no big deal. It's got our phones in there. The rest of it's just raw, unbridled fun. Right, guys?
Yeah!
What a memorable time it was being together as a family, floating through one of the most spectacular natural settings I've ever seen.
Oh, look at the wild turkey over there, guys. See it over there, Cooper?
There he is.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
The art of river tubing requires very little. Just let go and enjoy good company and the landscape around you. Some of the more captivating visuals are the beautiful canopy of trees that hangs over the river and just how crystal clear the water is below. So grab some tubes, family and friends, and sit back and enjoy one of the greatest shows on earth.
Best show in town right here.
Hey, to learn more about river tubing, go to our website, howtodoflorida.com.
You're watching How to Do Florida, and we'll be right back.
You know, we are so blessed to live in a land so full of natural beauty. Well, that's our show. I hope you learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged to get out and do Florida.
For more info on this episode, go to howtodoflorida.com, where you'll find bonus how-to videos and all of Chef Justin's yummy recipes. And be sure to check out our Do Florida page, which is our giant list of events and activities all over the Sunshine State. Yeah, you should check it out.
That's right, hand-roasted pompano.
Hey, today on the show, we're going to show you how to do land-based fish sharking. Fish sharking. We're going to show you how to do land-based fish sharking. We're going to show you how to do land-based fish sharking.
Shark fishing.
I know.
Tube Nation.
Tubelicious.
Tube Mania.
Tubapalooza.
If I didn't have to eat food to live, I wouldn't eat it. Sometimes I... What was that noise?
We're done with this pompano. Let's get it out of here.
Smack it.
No.
I'm going to put this sand spike right here, let's stand here, and just kind of give off the vibe. You're a god.
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes.